From afternoon into night, a woman waited for hours for the Raleigh Police Department to respond to her hit and run case. Why did it take so long? CBS 17's Galat Malamed is live for us tonight in Raleigh, getting some answers from police about this. Galat.
This was an exhausting experience for the woman I spoke to, not only having to deal with her car being hit, but then having to wait hours for police to show up. Raleigh police tell us they're now investigating this.
Trailhand Bill, live from South Florida. If you're a regular watcher, man, you know how much of a fan I am of local journalists, local media platforms, man, and the great work that they do. I shout them out all the time, and I plan to continue, Lord willing, because I think they are a great tool for us in our fight against government corruption. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to them. That will continue. I got to find a way to get in touch with all of them nationally, you know what I mean, collectively, because I have to communicate to them that they have to stop telling us police are investigating as if that statement holds any real validity. You know what I mean? Stop doing that, because you're misleading people who want to be misled, and you're misleading people who just don't know yet. They don't have the information, so they're looking for honest answers and stuff. Give it the sarcasm it deserves. We know they ain't doing a damn thing. Anytime cops say they're investigating themselves, we know exactly what the hell that means, and that's how I need you guys to communicate it. Now, North Carolina, y'all good up there? My baby sister out there, man. These folks ain't answering when y'all calling. Y'all already done paid their ass. Man, let's find out what's going on in this video, man. That better not be that lady on the screen either. Somebody auntie and grandma y'all done left on the side of the damn road.
This is the moment Jean Bryant says someone hit her parked car and drove off.
They actually clipped here, bounced my wheel forward.
She called 911 around 3 p.m. Thursday. She says at first things would be handled over the phone, but after explaining the damage, was told officers would come out.
And that's when I just started waiting and waiting and waiting.
For 6 hours, calling dispatch several times in between.
There's a few more.
She says reasons for the delay ranged from protests to the president's nearly 2 a.m. visit and short staffing.
I can understand, like, you know, there's things going to happen. Things going to get triaged like they do in a hospital. But at the same time, when you're looking at 3 o'clock till after 9 o'clock, that's a really long time.
During that time,
you can kind of see the tracks, like right here. That's how hard they were going.
Brian found the car parked up the street. This morning, we asked RPD why it took this long. Within a few hours of that email,
the chief of police called me first. She was really nice. She did say that she was looking into it. They were going to go into an investigation to find out why that the delay happened. She did apologize. She said there's no excuse for it to be that, which I appreciated.
Spokesperson for Raleigh Police says the chief called because she values providing exceptional customer service, and she often communicates directly with the community. RPD also tells us it's investigating what led to the delay, writing in a statement it understands the frustration of community members when responses to calls are delayed. A year ago, a new law started allowing police departments to have civilian traffic investigators. I asked RPD why they didn't respond here. The spokesperson says the unit is in field training and they anticipate the full deployment very soon. Brian hopes the department learns from what happened to her.
Why did it happen? We'll figure out why. So if they're going to address it so you could have something productive happen, then, you know, that's my main goal.
As for the driver, Raleigh police did find them. They were cited for a hit and run and failure to reduce speed. Live in Raleigh, Galat Malamed, CBS 17 News.
Galat, thank you.
Yeah, Galat, thank you for whatever you just did. Man, let me say that, man. Y'all stop drinking and drive behind the wheel, bro. I mean, seriously. We're not just talking about cops, everybody. Stop drinking and driving, because you take somebody's life, man. You can't give it back. Be responsible. That's all I got to say about that. I ain't preaching to no choirs, man. You know, I don't want to nitpick this case, man. If you don't know, you know, it's not just cops. I don't know how long they've been dealing with it, but it's not state nationwide, man. Like, there are a lot of industries that have an employment shortage. From my vantage point, I'll share this real quick. I think around COVID, a lot of people realized, like, I don't need to slave myself to the grave for these companies that don't care about me. And people just found ways to make money on their own, you know what I mean? And even some people learned to downgrade their lifestyle. Like, hey, I was paying for all this. And honestly, even though it did, you know, make my life more pleasurable, when I didn't have it, I didn't have the stress, a lot of the stresses that came with it. So I don't mind that. I mean, a lot of things happen, man. So right now, a lot of industries are short on staff. So I get that. And, you know, if you don't have, in my industry, you know what I mean, my former industry, I would always get frustrated when we were under-equipped, whether it be staff or tools. But then, you know, my directors and on up would be demanding production, you know, goals, and it's impossible. You can't, I don't give a damn how much you demand. I don't give a damn how much you get mad if you're not God and you can't perform miracles. It's just not happening. And I'm not going to act like that doesn't apply to cops as well. Like, I'm pretty sure each department, each municipality, city, state, whatever, you smart people go into that, they probably look at the landscape, you know what I mean, the census, you know what I mean, and say, well, this is probably how many cops we need. I don't know. I guarantee you they have a formula. So if they're understaffed, I can't fault them for that. Not all the way, because some people don't want to deal with y'all ass and work for y'all ass because we recognize y'all for the terrorist y'all are. But I have to get that out because I like to be fair. Other than that, man, this video made me think of some other things too. Like, I would just like to know. I wish I had access to one of those type smart people. The money to fund these officers for the positions to hire these people is there. Where's that money going? Because that's a story I also want to cover over in Houston. I have it in the deck. They were supposed to be reforming communities and stuff. The federal government had gave the officials in this Houston community so many millions of dollars, and they literally, a couple of them took like $8 million of those dollars and put it in their pockets. So where's this money going when you have a shortage of officers? Those positions aren't filled, but the money to fill them is there. I need that accountability. I know there has to be a record of it somewhere. I just wish I knew how to get right to it. That's something I was thinking of in this video. So the chief is going to call and say, I'm sorry, and we're going, man, shut your I mean, I would love, if this was any other organization besides the police, I would be greatly appreciative of the fact that the top brass called. But bro, you ain't doing nothing but spinning tails, man. Even if your heart was in it, I guarantee you, they guilty until proven innocent. How are you doing? I'm Trailhand Bill. This is well known to people who listen to me often. Cops, government, guilty until proven innocent. They've earned it. They have the resume. So even if I did want to give you the leeway that your heart was in it, as they said, you always like to handle situations like this, I would have to see the follow-up just because of who you are and who you're affiliated with. Are you actually going to investigate? Are you actually going to be that transparent and calling that lady back, and not only her, but letting that local citizenship of Americans know why they may experience longer wait times when requesting police, and what type of calls may experience them? Can they be assured that if there's a emergency that they won't get grouped in because the president in town? And like, man, listen, bro, I ain't political. I feel the same way about Biden that I feel about Trump. We all humans, but that's as far as it goes. You don't want to know. I'm gonna leave that there. Don't be the president. Don't that Negro come with like 47,000 Secret Service agents or something? Y'all better get out there and get my damn auntie off the side of that road. How far does this wait time extend, but your relative laying over there on the ground dead, and the chief gonna call you and say she's sorry? Y'all crazy as hell. We need a little bit more information than this. Y'all already got our money. I wish the hell I would pay my phone company or whoever I buy my car from or whoever I ain't telling y'all all my damn business. Y'all pay the same bills I pay. I wish I would pay them, and then they gonna tell me we may or may not be able to give you service, and we'll update you on that later. You done lost your damn mind, man. So those are things going through my head, but then you got those Americans, and I'm not going to say she's wrong. I was just saying I don't think this lady is as informed as some of us are, because she was like, all right, that's a decent move. The chief called me. I respect that. And then she began to explain what she hopes comes from this. All very wise and reasonable sounding to me. I just don't think that she was factoring in the fact that this is who these murderers are. And there's more of a chance that this is the last damn time you're going to hear from this chief about this incident than there is that she's actually going to follow through with the demeanor and the attitude and the behavior that she approached you with. That's the kind of stuff I think about. You see what I'm saying? And the other thing is, I don't know much about North Carolina, but I know there are some bigger cities, and then there's, like everywhere, even in Florida, some smaller places. But they did mention they have the service aid people, the civilians, because that's what we have. That the cars are they don't look like the cop cars. They are the cop cars. They just put a different shade of lights in them, and then on the, obviously they don't have the cop memorabilia on the side. What do they call that? Whatever. They have the service aid. That's what it says in Florida, service aid, at least in South Florida. So I'm glad they mentioned that they have those, man. Again, I can't fault the cops for being understaffed, except for the fact that they are very, very well the reason a lot of people don't want to be affiliated with them, even in employment. But other than that, it's not their fault. They're understaffed. But it is their fault, man, that, these type of situations happen and they don't have better communication with the community. during it or going forward. Like I say, for me in this case right here, without making too big of a deal of it, I would love to see how this transpires going forward, because like I say, there's the very real possibility that this shortage, this lack of communication with the community could lead to some innocent Americans losing their lives. And I don't want to be dramatic, I just like to be prepared and aware. So North Carolina, like I say, man, my baby sister out there, y'all better get it together. Trey and Bill.
From afternoon into night, a woman waited for hours for the Raleigh Police Department to respond to her hit and run case. Why did it take so long?
They were helping the president keep his pants from falling, man. Or something that has nothing to do with those protect and serve lies they love to tell.
This was an exhausting experience for the woman I spoke to, not only having to deal with her car being hit, but then having to wait hours for police to show up. Raleigh police tell us they're now investigating this.
Of course they are. Thank you if you made it this far. If you liked the video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. If you care to go a little further than that, maybe even subscribe, hit the notification bell. Check out a few of the other videos on the channel. Either way, y'all be safe.